Hey everybody, Clint here from Oak and Iron Outdoors. I haven't watched Hollywood TV or movies even in probably 12 to 15 years. And they just keep putting out more garbage every day. So for me, when I want to watch a little bit of television, I like to watch outdoor channels on YouTube. And today what I'm going to do is I want to talk about 6 YouTubers out there who have underrated channels that I think maybe you folks at home can check out. Let's go over these 6 individuals in no particular order. I will post down below the links to all of their YouTube channels and who they are. The first outdoor YouTuber, and he's been around for a little while, is Catman Outdoors. And he's a Southern outdoors guy, late teens. I'm guessing is when he started his YouTube channel, maybe even a little earlier. But he just has that knack for hunting and fishing, and it just comes very natural to him. And one of the things actually I get a kick out of him is he kind of has this humor that I tend to have, and it's that dry humor. And maybe some people find it funny, maybe some people don't, but he'll just kind of throw it out there. And this is a guy that spends most of his time in the outdoors. I wish I could spend as much time as he does hunting, fishing, but he just has that knack, that know-how. It just comes very naturally to him. His channel is very entertaining, at least for me. Just kind of a smooth guy, he just does his own thing. Is he kind of a you-rah-rah guy? No, he just has this kind of natural ability to where, you follow along on his hunts. And he does a lot. I mean, everything from turkey hunting to catfishing to bow hunting. He shows you how to cut up deer. And he's kind of one of them guys that if there was an apocalypse happening in the world, and half the world was blown up, I don't think Catman would even know what's going on. He just kind of do his thing and he could survive an apocalypse. It seems like fairly easy. So if you want to check out a guy who does it all, a young guy actually, and he's just a great teacher and he has that ability to talk to individuals, and just a very smooth, easygoing guy, is Catman Outdoors. Next up on the list is Greg Staggs from Staggs in the Wild. Now, Greg is a trapper. He's big into catfishing. He is a awesome bow hunter, and he really knows his saddle hunting. And matter of fact, how I got hooked on to Staggs in the Wild was essentially a couple years ago when I was getting into saddle hunting. Found some of his videos out there talking about different saddles, different setups, different rigging, platforms, the whole 9 yards. And he's very detail orientated, and he's a great teacher. And I could see that right away when I watched his videos. And I'm like, this guy knows his stuff. You could just tell right away he knows what he's talking about. He's very to the point. If you're truly looking to learn about saddle hunting or setups or equipment, whatever it might be into those regards, Greg Staggs does an excellent job of that. And he has a ton of videos out there, and you know what? And he's just a great teacher. So check out Staggs in the Wild. Next up on the list is Tom Kelch and Everything Outdoors. Now, one of the nice things about watching Tom's videos is that Tom comes across to me as Grizzly Adams mixed with Bob Ross from some Bob Ross paintings. And he's just got a very easygoing personality, and I like to watch Tom's videos on Saturday mornings or Sunday mornings with a cup of coffee, because he just had that relaxing type of feel to his videos. What I like about Tom's videos is that he brings back what I like to call old school hunting, and his big thing is trapping, but he does a lot of the small game hunting. I can't say that I small game hunt as much as like I used to when I was younger. I just don't have the time for it. But, Tom goes out and he does a lot of rabbit hunting and chases squirrels, and he's big into trapping. And then he does a lot of those DIY projects, how to create a European skull mount on your own, and all these little things that have kind of gone by the wayside just because they are not popular in the realm of the outdoors anymore. And Tom, one of the things I really like about Tom's channel is he brings those back, and he keeps all of those things alive, those traditions alive, those old school ways alive. And to me, he reminds me of somebody from the 1800s. It's like somebody just came down, and a spaceship came down, picked up Tom from, the middle of Wyoming in 1875 and dropped him in Wisconsin in, 2025. But it's good to have these guys like Tom out there and showcase his adventures. And, he's one of those guys that's just that easygoing guy like most of us who has a great passion for the outdoors. Time out, folks. Little public service announcement here. All of the YouTubers that I'm talking about today, these small YouTube channels, you're not going to see them sponsored by Chevy or Ford or by Realtree or by some big food plot seed company. These may be smaller channels that are under the radar a little bit, but all these guys I know have big hearts for the outdoors. You know what? And they're going to do this no matter what, whether they had a YouTube channel or not. So why don't you folks, if you don't mind, help them out by hitting that like and subscribe button on their particular channels. I can almost guarantee you they're going to appreciate it. And as outdoorsmen, we're all into this together, and the more that we can show other folks out there on YouTube or any other social media platforms that there is a big presence of hunters and fishermen, it's going to make a difference for all of us going forward. Next up on the list is Jacob Sklenar from the Wild Calling. Now, Jacob, to me, is a great bow hunter, and it's hard, I think, to see bow hunters at his age killing the big bucks that he does. I'm thinking he's maybe in his mid-20s, but he's already put a lot of nice bucks in the wall, and just after watching his videos, you can tell this guy knows what he's doing, and he does it on public land. And on top of it, strong young guy, throws deer over his back, hauls them out, and you have that combination of somebody that has a lot of determination, a lot of grit, and then that knowledge component to it, and it just makes for one of the perfect deer slayers out there. And he has a great channel. He also talks about his strategies, once again, very detail oriented like Greg Staggs, and he really knows where he needs to be and what he needs to do to get those bucks in the back of the truck. Very energetic, very positive. So if you want to check out a really good channel of a guy getting it done on public land and have that energy, check out Jacob Sklenar from the Wild Calling. Now, this guy's been around for a little while. I've been following him for about 8 or 9 years, and that is Shawn McVey from Shawn's Outdoor Adventures. Now, one thing that I've noticed about watching Shawn is that he teaches, and he is a big believer in the fundamentals of bow hunting. I think a lot of times over the years, we get so caught up into these advanced things in bow hunting and technology and so on and so forth. But how Shawn got started, essentially, if you look back at his earliest videos, was just teaching on how to set up a bow or how to use a grunt call properly and how to create setups on public land. And this was already being done, I think, 12 or 15 years ago. I could be wrong. But, Shawn just knows the fundamentals of bow hunting. And he has a great passion for bow hunting and for teaching as well. One of the things I have to give Shawn a little credit for is that he goes out and he teaches and talks about his faith and talks about being Catholic. I happen to be a devout Roman Catholic as well, and I do connect with him in regards to those. And I know that might not be for everybody, but he has a lot of people that will follow him not only for his outdoor adventures, but for his faith as well. And Shawn is one of those guys that he just goes and he gets it done. And I don't know how sometimes he gets it done. I know that he has a family. He's pretty busy with a lot of things that he's got going on in his life. But, Shawn just tends to find a way to get bucks in the back of the truck. And you can just see his passion. He's got that you rah, rah, rah. Every time he gets a buck, even if he misses a buck, doesn't get him down too long, and he's back at it again. So if you're looking for a YouTube channel that really shows you the fundamentals of bow hunting, look at some of Shawn's past videos. And then Shawn also has a lot of great product reviews, and he's also very unbiased in regards to his product reviews. Check out Shawn's Outdoor Adventures. Next individual is Tim Hinke from First Sit on YouTube. And First Sit is a channel that to me is a little bit more like Kelch Outdoors. Tim does really great on that videography. I've given him credit for his sound. He just has kind of a unique way of putting that background sound or background music to his video. They just seem to match perfectly. They're more of a relaxing type of video to watch him in the outdoors and do his thing. And once again, he just seems to be one of those guys that I like to watch on Saturday or Sunday mornings with that cup of coffee. It's just that relaxing video of being in the outdoors, following Tim. You know, and Tim's big into turkey hunting. He's big into bow hunting. I know he bow hunts a lot of public land. He's one of them guys that's just a grinder, gets out there and puts in the time, puts in the effort. And, you know, this guy puts a lot of time in the tree stand. And one of the things that I really like about Tim's channel is that he also talks about how he hunts, his setups, what he's looking for. But he's kind of got that Bob Ross kind of feeling too, where it's just, you know, easygoing guy, a guy that, you know, I think anybody could hunt with, not have any issues with. He's not over the top. He's not super extravagant. You know, he just goes about his way. He's just kind of that steady Eddie, and he gets it done getting bucks in the truck. So if you get a chance to check out Tim Hinke from First Sit. All of these guys are great teachers. They're great learners. They're entertaining to watch. But, you know, the thing with all of these particular YouTubers is that they enjoy what they do. They have a passion for it, you know, and help all of these folks out. Hit that like and subscribe button on their channels. And if you like, why don't you just put down below that Clint from Oak and Iron Outdoors sent them your way. So until next time, Clint from Oak and Iron Outdoors.